Happy Monday, everybody. Welcome back to your work week. You know, one of the things that we're all thinking about right now as we start to get into the holiday season is how do I get out of all the hustle and bustle that I've got going on right now to get me to a place where I can focus on the holidays? At least that's what a lot of us workaholics are doing, right? And we're trying to figure out how do we dial this machine down? How do we slow it down that we can actually enjoy ourselves, enjoy our family, and find time for those that we've worked so hard for and created all this stuff for, that we can actually slow down to enjoy them, which is why we did all this work. And that's difficult, right? Especially for those of us that are trying to finish out the year strong. We've got all this stuff going. We've created these systems. We've got this stuff. We've made this company that does all these things. We've got this organization that's churning all this stuff. And at the end of the day, there's all this demand on our time, and yet we're trying to unplug and get with our families. And that's tough. That's really, really tough. But I want you guys to look at this from a standpoint, and I know that every year we all talk about, oh man, I wish I would have done some of these things better, different. I wish I would have had this. I wish I would have thought that. I wish there would have been other things that I could have and would have done that allowed me more of this time, right? It's called adjusting your camera while you're shooting, because that's just what we do here. But we've all set up our properties and our problems and our companies. Notice how I said problems and companies, because they are sometimes one and the same, to be dependent on us. And a lot of that needs to change. A lot of that needs to be dependent on others or on systems or on things that actually happen regardless of what you do to continue that forward flow. And that's really the thing, guys, that as we come to the end of the year, I want you to take some time and think about it. And think about ways that you can make yourself less integral to the everyday happenings of your company. And I know what everybody's going to say. No, I don't think you understand. I have to do this. Otherwise, there's nobody in my company that can do this. Well, if that's the way you built your company, I'm going to tell you it's kind of the wrong way. And it's kind of something that you're going to want to look at a little bit differently going into next year, because as you continue to get busier, as your business continues to grow, you're going to continue to tax yourself with additional tasks and additional problems. And if you're not able to separate yourself from that, then you're going to find it very, very difficult to grow, because there's only so much of you, right? And nothing makes that more apparent than this time of year, when we're trying to come together as families, we're trying to come together as friends, and we're trying to take time to really appreciate what happened in our world. We're trying to really appreciate what we got built in this last 12 months, what we survived in this last 12 months. And we're so thankful, and we really are, but we're so busy that it's really hard to slow down enough to be thankful. So I'm really wanting all of you guys to see where some introspection right now is probably a really great thing to do, to see how you can work harder on working smarter, so that you can set up a company or set up a system or set up a lifestyle that allows you to be and do what you want to be and do, and allows you the ability to shine where you're best, and allows you the time to do the things that are most beneficial to your spirit, to your soul, to who you are, to what you're really working for. I used to say for a long, long time, I'm doing this for my kids. And now most of my children are grown and moved out of the house. We still have one at home, but most of the kids are grown. So now what is my why? Why am I doing this? And what is my goal in getting all of this work done? And what am I really trying to come up with next? So when I'm looking at these things, I'm trying to understand who, what, where, when, how, and why. But I really need to look at the who to decide how and why I want to get this done and what I want to give up to do it. And I think a lot of us, even those of us that have JOBs that work for other people, can see where we can be a part of making our own solutions a little bit better by making sure that the right people are in there to help us, so that all the busy work doesn't fall directly on our shoulders, how we can implement some systems. Because nothing like the present shows us what we've done in the past that could be changed to help us in our future. Let me repeat that. Nothing like the present to show us what we could have done in the past to help us in our future. And this is when we usually figure this stuff out, right now. When we're in the present, shucksing the past and trying to deal with our future immediately coming up because what we've set up doesn't quite get us what we want, right? And so I would encourage you guys during this time to not only take time with your family, to take time with your friends, to take time to really understand the benefit and the beauty of being in the situation you are in your life, in the season you are in your life, surrounded by the people you're surrounded with in your life, and then look at how you can do that better, how you can be more present with those people, how you can be more present with those situations, how you can have a better understanding of what's coming, of what you need, about how to make this a better alternative for everyone, so that at the end of the day, you're able to come to a conclusion that allows you the best possible outcome of your time and effort. Because the reality is there's only one trip around this rock, right? Your days are numbered and your time is as well. And that's the one thing you can't buy back. So what are you doing with that to give you the outcome of what you want on the circumstances and the situations that allow you what you're really truly looking for? If you're really truly looking for money, that's pretty easy. If you're really trying to solve for time with those that you love and care about, that's not so easy. But the reality is, if you're like the rest of us, you're wanting to figure out how to maximize that time and that effort to really make a better life for yourself, which includes more time to enjoy those that you really truly love and cherish, that you're quote unquote doing this for, right? I'm using a lot of air quotes today, guys, and I don't normally do that. But the reality is that where we're at in life and what we're looking forward to as we come into the holiday season, it kind of makes those things apparent to us. And for some of us, it makes it apparent to us because none of those are prevalent in our life. Our family and friends aren't around because of the way that we have done things. And I've been guilty of that in the past. I'm certainly guilty of that now. I could always have done a better job to have increased my net and allowed more people in it and done more things to create a more benevolent environment as I've gone along, because the people that I've been working for weren't always at the front of my mind, and that shows now also. So guys, I want to encourage you as you go into this holiday season to take the time to not only be joyful and be around those that you love and cherish. Let them know how much you appreciate them. Let them know how much they mean to you. But at the same time, be looking at other ways that you can build your life in the next 12 to 24 months to give you more of that time with those people, because you never know when you or they are no longer going to be with you. So guys, I want to encourage you. I want to say thank you for being with me all year, just tuning into my Monday morning motivations and my Friday, free-for-alls or where we go over what we've succeeded at, guys, and tuning into my podcast and liking it here on YouTube or Spotify, wherever you're finding us, guys. But I really want to say thank you for all the growth that you've been a part of in my life and all of the things that you've challenged me to do, because as most of you know, this whole podcast thing, this whole being out there on social media is not my idea of a great time. It's definitely helped me to grow. It's definitely helped me to understand and expand my knowledge of who I need to be, to be the best me I can be. So with that, guys, I want to sign off and thank you for your time. I want to wish you a happy Thanksgiving and a wonderful time with your family this next week. We'll talk soon, but know that you're in my thoughts and prayers as we go into this holiday season. We'll talk soon.